You guys see this beautiful angel right here? That's her and her father. And this is ridiculous that I have to report this out of the state of Texas. We're taking a huge L for this. This is such a huge loss, a huge L, because it's hard to believe we are still doing this, our own worst enemies. And I just couldn't believe it. And I actually thought that this gentleman was somebody I actually personally knew or actually did some music with a friend of mine. So shout out to Ice Black. Shout out to Ice Black out of Texas, originally from Oklahoma like me. But this is actually not the little Ronnie that did the song Throw That ASS in a Circle. This is actually a different artist altogether, even though they know each other and their names are similar. So this is not little Ronnie, the twerk song person. This is actually an individual who did music, can I say kind of trappish a little bit gangsta, a little bit thuggish. You know, this new generation of music. But this is GS Little Ronnie. Get Money Little Ronnie. And these are the two people that I'm going to say some very harsh things about. So before we get into the details, let me give you a disclaimer about my content. Here we go. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. I don't really think this is trap style of music. See, I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm not familiar with GS Lil Ronnie's music like that at all. I've never been asked to play it or anything like that. And it's just crazy how these people are on the come up. They're trying to like get to a point to where they can be famous, and maybe he was already doing some big things that I'm just not familiar. And then they cut his life down and they wanted this man dead so badly that they gunned down his daughter, whether they knew it or whether they didn't. At this point, it's only a consequence. And then, yeah, I mean, even him trying to save his own life after he realized that his daughter has been shot and then he ran from the car. God, it's just so much you could say about this. Fort Worth, Texas. On Wednesday, police identified two men they believe shot and killed rapper GS Lil Ronnie, or Get Money Lil Ronnie, and his 5-year-old daughter at a North Texas car wash. They didn't give a damn where it was, who it was, or how it was. They wanted this man dead. Have no idea why. I don't know if this is some gang stuff. I don't know if this is some debt stuff when it comes to like drugs and money. But let me tell y'all this. I did get a chance to watch one of his music videos, a little bit of it. I kind of pieced through it a little bit. And I will tell you, in that video, when you live by the thug, you die by the thug. You know, he was throwing up gang signs, had guns, showing in the video. I don't really know what that means. I'm not saying that he needs to die for that, but what I am saying is that when these type of damn fools that live this life look at that as a sign of aggression, you got to have your head on a swivel, because you're really truly kind of putting yourself out there and putting yourself and anybody that's with you in a hell of a lot of danger. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I've actually heard of people referring to Fort Worth this stupid name called Killworth, Kill, Killworth. Have y'all ever heard of Fort Worth being called Killworth? Gangs are very prevalent, very prevalent. If you guys remember the rapper Mo 3 lost his life in the streets of Texas. Y'all remember the rapper Yellow Beezy almost lost his life in the streets. And I'm sure a lot of guys can speak on that behalf and say that they almost lost their life. But let's get into this. Now, authorities are searching for a 21-year-old by the name of Jacoby Russell, which is the fool on the right-hand side of the screen, and 24-year-old Adonis Robinson, who's on the left-hand side of the screen, who has tattoos literally covering his face. And y'all know how I feel about that. Tattoos generally on the face signify that you don't give a damn about your own life, so you probably don't give a damn about anybody else's, right? But that's just a stereotype. It doesn't mean it applies to everybody, but clearly you see all the goddamn bullet droppings right there, all the shell casings. This clearly proves that, yeah, this is not a law-abiding citizen. These are the thugs by way of their behavior, not their skin color. They're scared, Forest Hill Police Chief David Hernandez said in a news conference Wednesday, and he called them cowards and said that they're hiding. It's not clear how the men knew each other, but police have not yet identified a motive for this shooting. Again, we could guess, and we could guess wrong and be wrong all day long. Let me add this, because I did see this. This is partially an update. If you guys have already heard the story a couple days ago, I've seen some people already talking about this. There might be a third suspect that they're looking for, but I know they try to keep that on the hush-hush. They haven't put a face out there or a name on it. Maybe they're trying to actually apprehend that individual, but there could potentially be a third person on the precipice, okay? Now, in January of 2023, Fort Worth police arrested Russell, who is, let me see if I can go back real quick. That's the fool on the right-hand side of the screen. He was arrested in 2023 for an assault of a pregnant woman. It said a pregnant person. We clearly know that's a damn woman. There ain't no man getting pregnant. Maybe it was. Stranger things happen in this world now. But it's a pregnant woman. Officials labeled the incident as a domestic violence incident. A grand jury indicted Russell for intentionally or knowingly injuring the woman by striking, scratching, and or dragging her with his hand, according to charging documents. Russell pled guilty to the charge in 2023. In exchange for his plea, Judge Elizabeth Beach deferred Russell's adjudication of guilt for 3 years and placed him under community supervision. Was that a smart idea? I just think that when you're thugging, you just need consequences. Like, I don't think people like this learn from probation when they thugging and gangstering and doing all of these illicit activities. But I got one that's going to really throw y'all for a loop. Yep, somebody already called it out in the chat. Yep, I'm getting ready to get there. Stand by. I'm getting ready to get there. That's why I love the live chat. As a condition of the agreement, Russell could not break any laws or possess a firearm. He would have to enroll in a battery prevention program and perform community service. However, a prosecutor's filing indicates Russell failed to take the classes, tested positive for a controlled substance twice, and he failed to pay court-ordered fees. Now, in December of 2023, police arrested Russell, the same guy on the right-hand side of the screen. And somebody's going in the chat going to scream, he was a good boy, y'all. He is a good boy. He wouldn't have done nothing like this. He's innocent. Free Russell. Free Jacoby Russell. It's going to be somebody talking about free these damn fools. Free Jacoby and free Adonis. Free my niggas, y'all. Free my niggas. They don't need to be free at all. These are very horrible individuals. I was about to say something, but I refrained. I caught myself before I said it. I was about to say something real bad. Anyway, prosecutors struck a deal with Russell. He accepted responsibility for the shooting and pled guilty to a lesser misdemeanor assault charge in January 27th of 2025. Now, Judge Beach extended Russell's community supervision term by 1 year and ordered him to serve a year-long labor detail sentence. Inmates enrolled in Tarrant County's labor detail program can work off their sentence in lieu of going to jail. She ordered Russell to report to the sheriff's office for work at least once a week beginning January 31st of 2025. That's this year. That's not barely even a month ago. Now, court records indicate Russell did not complete his duties. Are you surprised? Who's really surprised? On February the 11th, Judge Beach issued a warrant for Russell's arrest and ordered his confinement in jail for the remainder of his sentence. On February the 18th, Beach recalled that arrest warrant. It's not clear whether police located him and took him into custody. The shooting in Forest Hill occurred on March the 3rd. Russell was also convicted on a misdemeanor gun charge in 2022. Sound like a model citizen, huh? Adonis Robinson, who's 24 years old. Let me get that fool's picture back up on the screen. That's Adonis. He looks like an Adonis, don't he? That's real attractive, huh, ladies? Good job. Good job. 24 years of wasted life on this earth. Also has a criminal record, and I'm getting this story from WFAA.com, so thank you for the article. I'm going to be ad-libbing a little bit of this. They're not saying all of this stuff. Some of this I'm adding in there. Arlington police first arrested Robinson in October 2018. They charged him with unlawfully carrying a weapon, evading arrest, and failure to identify. A grand jury declined to pursue the evasion charge, and prosecutors dropped the weapons charge when they convicted Robinson of a misdemeanor failure to identify. Are y'all ready for this? These model citizens, these people, Black Lives Matter, right? Do we have any people in the chat, Black Lives Matter? Any BLM in the chat? I need y'all to raise your hand and let me know if y'all are Black Lives Matter in my chat. I need y'all to start identifying yourselves. I'm going to start calling y'all out. I don't see no marches, no Black Lives Matter. George Soros and all his people went in there and got all that money and just disappeared on y'all. They come out for the cause and disappear, and now y'all don't know where all the damn money that went. Let's get back to this picture right here. In 2019, Fort Worth police arrested Robinson on the left-hand side of the screen for attempted sexual assault. At the time, investigators told WFAA that Robinson attacked a 55-year-old woman who was jogging near Marine Creek. He tried to pull down her pants, a 55-year-old woman, but a bystander heard calls for help and scared Robinson off. A grand jury indicted Robinson in September 2019. He spent more than 2 years in jail for the crime, and a judge ordered him to annually register as a sex offender for 10 years. Just so you guys understand, that's an adult that he sexually violated. Court records indicate Robinson also violated community supervision conditions and at least once failed to appear in court. In May of 2022, so did y'all catch that? I want to make sure that everybody understood that sexual offender charge was against a 55-year-old woman. Everybody caught that? That's a difference. I'm not saying it makes it any better. It's still bad, really bad. In May of 2022, Robinson failed to complete his sex offender registration. Fort Worth police arrested Robinson in June of 2022. He pled guilty to a felony for failing to comply with sex offender registration requirements. A judge sentenced Robinson to 1 year in state jail. The street beef stuff is really bad. I wish it didn't exist. But how is it in America when we're about to get political? I'm going to tell y'all, we're going to get political from time to time. I don't understand how people, how black people, how Democrats, how anybody who has an ounce of common sense can point the finger at your president, point the finger at Elon Musk, point the finger at Vivek Ramaswamy, or anybody else, Pam Bondi, whoever it is that you want to name in our government, and say that they're the problem and that's who we need to worry about, and they're going to have black people in chains, and they're going to take away a living people's Medicare and Medicaid and all of this type of stuff, and they're going to ruin the economy and all of this type of stuff. That's what we need to be worried about, right? So this might only apply to black people. I really don't know if white people are dealing with this type of violence. I don't know if white people are out there rapping and got to worry about getting killed every day behind being a rapper and trying to get some money and make music videos and have people run up on your music videos and shoot it up, and you be afraid to do a damn freaking music video. And I don't know that too many white people that got to have guns in their music videos either. Maybe there are some. Maybe there might be one or two. Who knows? But it seems like us, this is the prevalence. The prevalence in our music, in our community, is literally preaching death. We're preaching death, we're living death, and we're exacerbating our own extinction. Think about that. It takes you 9 months to make a human being and 18 years for that person to end up becoming a legal adult. And in 2 minutes, you can cut down all of that life. Just like that. And this happens way more often than the babies we're producing. But your president is your main concern. That's who you're actually mad at. Well, here's what y'all not going to do, black folks. Y'all not going to rat these pussies out. These people who are scourges on our society, who contribute nothing to our society, these are the same type of people, if you ask me, the same type of people that wanted these illegal immigrants who entered our country illegally, who are already doing the wrong thing to enter our country by breaking the law, number one, which is a goddamn crime. Then you want them to live in your community and think that they're going to contribute positively and pay taxes and give a damn about y'all and contribute to society. So it's kind of like we continue to keep bringing on this criminal mentality and think it's okay. And then you wonder why your kids can't go to safe schools, can't have safe neighborhoods, wonder why you can't leave your house and go down to the grocery store without wondering if somebody is not scoping your place. What do they call that? Casing your house and kicking your door when you're going. You can't even be going on vacation for 2 damn days and come back and find out that all your stuff has been stolen. They stole your big screen. They stole your Nintendo Switch and your PS3 and 4 and 5 out your kids' bedroom. They done stole your kids' Jordans. You can't even sleep comfortably at night in some of y'all fucking neighborhoods without hearing gunshots going off like it's fireworks in the 4th of July every freaking weekend. But that's not a problem. Y'all hearing police sirens all the damn time. You're hearing the police helicopter all the damn time. And it's usually by way of people who share your same skin color. And this is not a problem. That mentality is not a problem. And nobody wants to stop that. Nobody wants to speak up. And let me show y'all something. And I'm going to put this on the big screen because I swear, as God is my witness, this is the thing that I get mad about more than anything. I'm going to edit this picture on the fly. Y'all give me a second. Let me edit this just a little bit if y'all don't mind. The thing that, and I want y'all to know, this is not a news station. I'm not a newscaster. I'm not the news station. And I am not your senators. I am not your governors. I'm just a father that gives a shit. I'm just a father that gives a damn. And I look at this angel. This little girl actually has the face of a girl that I know, a young woman. She's actually a young woman now, but she looks just like that girl when she was real little. This baby, this little young, beautiful black princess could have grown up to become anything. She did not have to be a product of her environment. We all have a choice. And we need to give all of these children a choice to choose so they can grow up and become something great. And they're getting robbed of these opportunities because us as adults, the way that we vote, the way that we act, the way that we live, the things that we accept, and the things that we will not stand up for continues to keep costing our babies. This beautiful angel deserved a chance to grow up. And they shot her down and her dad as if their lives didn't count. I'm going to warn you guys, I'm going to play a couple of videos that are going to be very disturbing. I don't think it's worthy enough to flag my video down, but I'm going to warn you now. Warning, the following video contains material that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. So we're actually going to look at the chase down of this black man by other black men, and there were no white people around telling black folks what to do or not to do. This is what happens when you leave us to our own devices. This is what we do to each other. Let me give you the fair usage and let's get into it.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
You know, I've actually had people leave comments in my chat and they're like, Jay, I need you to calm down on the language. We don't like your language. It's hard to watch you because you speak so harshly. And I think about this and I'm just like, we're about to put another very young, black, beautiful child in the ground. And if that doesn't bring a rage in your heart, that another one of our babies, another one of our American babies is about to be buried behind whatever decision and whatever the hell her dad got going on, then I don't know what's going to light a fire under you. All right. Now, let's get into this. We're going to listen to this police chief. I've cut this video down to be a little bit shorter, but then we're going to actually take a look at the crime scene video. Here we go. Let's go.
It was a shocking event.
And y'all, please hit that thumbs up. I say we got a few people in the building. If y'all would, share this video. The more you hit the thumbs up, and if you donate, cool. But all I ask y'all to do is just please hit that thumbs up. Please, please. We want one thumb up for everybody watching. Let's go.
From North Texas. I won't speak on the details of the investigation, okay? But what I can share is we lost two victims, a father and a daughter who was 5 years old, to this event, to this tragedy. On March the 3rd at 10:40 in the morning, Forest Hill officers were dispatched to the 6500 block of Forest Hill Drive, reference shooting. Our officers arrived and began life-saving measures, but both victims were pronounced dead at the scene. My first press release that I put out, I shared that we had identified a suspect vehicle. We had identified two suspects in the incident. And now we've identified the two cowards who took the lives of these innocent people. We have public enemy number one, Adonis Robinson, who is also a registered sex offender. Public enemy number two, Jacoby Russell, who's on the run. They're scared, they're cowards, they're hiding. We ask the public, please, you know where they're at? Let us know. This investigation started on Monday. The Texas Rangers have been our primary investigators. Our Forest Hill CID unit has been assisting. But I wouldn't be here standing today if it wasn't for the Fort Worth Police Department. I want to thank them because their efforts, their officers, their assistance has been instrumental. From the minute the call came in, they started working. They have not stopped. We also had the Everett Police Department who assisted in crime control, in crime scene control and crowd control. It wasn't enough. You were out there. We had to call Tarrant County Sheriff's Department. We had to call the Tri-County Auto Theft Task Force. We had to call Mansfield. We had to call Cannondale. It was a large scene and we needed the help and the resources came pouring in. And I want to thank them all. We're aware of the video that was leaked online. We urge the public to refrain from sharing it. I want to urge the public, just the way you saw that video and you know where they're at, then please call 911. Let us know where they're at. I encourage anyone with information to please, if you want to stay anonymous, 713-2222 tips. Call Crime Stoppers. Let them know. Give them enough information so we know that our community is safe and our police officers that are responding are safe. In closing, I want to reaffirm to the community that we will hold criminals accountable. We're not going to allow them to come in here and think that they can get away with it.
A manhunt is underway for two capital murder suspects who killed a father and daughter in Forest Hill. Good evening, I'm Steve Eager. Police say 24-year-old Adonis Robinson and 21-year-old Jacoby Russell are responsible for shooting and killing a local rapper, Ronnie Sibley, and his 5-year-old daughter Monday at a car wash. Fox 4's Dion Anglin has the latest from police. Dion.
Hey there, Steve. The police chief here in Forest Hill says the search is on for the two men responsible for this double murder. The chief also called them cowards. Now, we asked the police chief if there was a vehicle description to go along with this search. The chief let us know that the vehicle used during the double murder is already recovered. He would not say where that vehicle was found.
Forest Hill police say they know who they're looking for. Two suspects wanted in the shooting of a well-known rapper and his little girl, and they say those two men are still on the run this morning.
So we are learning more about their past, and Matt Houston reviewed new court documents revealing both suspects were given multiple second chances by the courts.
Forest Hill police Wednesday identified the two men they suspect killed rapper G-Money Lil Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter as Jacoby Russell and Adonis Robinson.
They're scared. They're cowards. They're hiding.
Each has a criminal record and a history of taking advantage of the mercy judges have shown them. In 2023, Russell was arrested for hitting a pregnant woman. According to court documents, he took a plea deal but broke his end of the agreement when he shot a man later that year. Again, he got a deal, a misdemeanor conviction. The punishment, 1 year on the labor detail where inmates can work off their sentence instead of going to jail. All the 21-year-old had to do was show up once a week beginning this January. But court records suggest he didn't, and police were asked to find Russell and jail him just 3 weeks before this shooting.
It was a shocking event from North Texas.
In 2019, a grand jury accused Adonis Robinson of attacking a 55-year-old woman who was jogging around Marine Creek Lake. He tried to pull down her pants, police said, but a bystander scared him off. He was arrested 3 months later and spent 2 years in jail. When he got out, he was supposed to register as a sex offender, but court documents show he didn't do it and went back to jail. Police also arrested both men on unrelated gun charges when they were teenagers. In Tarrant County, I'm Matt Houston.
Forest Hill police say two suspects are on the run tonight after shooting a well-known rapper and his little girl. Matt Houston just got a look at new court documents that reveal the courts repeatedly gave both men second chances.
Forest Hill police Wednesday identified the two men they suspect killed rapper G-Money Lil Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter as Jacoby Russell and Adonis Robinson.
They're scared. They're cowards. They're hiding.
Each has a criminal record and a history of taking advantage of the mercy judges have shown them. In 2023, Russell was arrested for hitting a pregnant woman. According to court documents, he took a plea deal but broke his end of the agreement when he shot a man later that year. Again, he got a deal, a misdemeanor conviction. The punishment, 1 year on the labor detail where inmates can work off their sentence instead of going to jail. All the 21-year-old had to do was show up once a week beginning this January. But court records suggest he didn't, and police were asked to find Russell and jail him just 3 weeks before this shooting.
It was a shocking event from North Texas.
In 2019, a grand jury accused Adonis Robinson of attacking a 55-year-old woman who was jogging around Marine Creek Lake. He tried to pull down her pants, police said, but a bystander scared him off. He was arrested 3 months later and spent 2 years in jail. When he got out, he was supposed to register as a sex offender, but court documents show he didn't do it and went back to jail. Police also arrested both men on unrelated gun charges when they were teenagers. In Tarrant County, I'm Matt Houston.
Forest Hill police are pleading for help finding the two men they say gunned down a local rapper and his young daughter. The accused killers, identified publicly today, remain on the run. Here's NBC5's Maria Guerrero with those new developments.
The Forest Hill chief of police is urging the public to stop watching and sharing leaked surveillance video from Slappy's car wash of the shooting and instead share images and information of the two suspects he calls cowards on the run.
A memorial near its entrance, Slappy's car wash, remained closed following Monday morning's murder of a father and his little girl, identified by family as local rapper Ronnie Smith, known as Lil Ronnie, and daughter, Ramani, who just turned 5 the day before. Forest Hill police now publicly identifying their accused killers, hoping to track them down.
Let the public know that there is a threat out there. They are dangerous, they are armed, and we need you to please call 911 and let our police officers respond and take appropriate action.
Police Chief David Hernandez and the city's mayor holding a press conference revealing the suspects are in their 20s and from Fort Worth. They're accused of approaching the victims near the vacuum stalls, opening fire, and driving away in a white Kia. The car, Hernandez will only say, has been found.
We have public enemy number 1, Adonis Robinson, who is also a registered sex offender. Public enemy number 2, Jacoby Russell, who's on the run. They're scared, they're cowards, they're hiding. We ask the public, please, you know where they're at? Let us know.
A motive, he says, is unknown, but confirms Smith's rap career and social media presence may hold clues. Police won't yet say whether the child was inside her father's car at the time of the shooting.
Can you at least say where the baby girl was located when she was shot?
She was in the car wash, specifically where we don't know.
This is the 4th and 5th homicide here in Forest Hill just this year. Hernandez says all of these cases are unrelated. However, police are working with the sheriff's office to increase patrols in the area. Maria Guerrero, NBC5.
And one other note here. Maria confirmed with Chief Hernandez about past records she found indicating one of the suspects, Adonis Robinson, is a registered sex offender.
Well, they definitely make sure to reiterate that for sure. So, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. But I did take note of that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a couple videos. I'm going to put these on the big screen. I'm going to make it a little bit taller so you can see a little bit better. I'm going to show you guys, 3 videos. I'm going to show you guys 3 videos. One of those videos is going to be of a little girl that was the friend of, let me see, what's his daughter's name? Is it Imani? Let me make sure. I want to put some respect on this princess's name. Let me make sure I can find it. That is it Imani? I don't know why it don't just show up. Y'all give me a second. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find her name. And thank you. We had a couple people that donated. And thank you for those who are clicking that thumbs up. We almost got 400 people in the building. So if y'all would, do me a favor and please hit that thumbs up. Thank you to Cherie Oliver and thank you to Natasha Y. If you're listening, I did get both of y'all Cash App just now. So thank you very much. You said Armani? RC, the Iowa UCLA guy. That is an interesting name. Is it Armani? Let me make sure. It should be no other name that comes up. G.S. Lil Ronnie. Armani Sibley. There it is. Thank you. It's let me show y'all the full name. That's it right there. Armani Sibley. That's her name. So let me put some respect on her name. Her name is Armani. The letter R apostrophe M-A-N-I and then last name Sibley S-I-B-L-E-Y. So that's the 5-year-old baby's name.
A day.
Let me pull these down here. So I'm going to show you Armani's friend. And this might break your guys' heart because this little girl doesn't understand what happened, but she knows that her friend is no longer going to be able to see her anymore. But I want y'all to listen to her heartfelt video.
I missed you at school today.
So this is this baby making a video to her friend. Again, this baby doesn't really understand what's going on here, the gravity of this. But I thought it was just a reality check more than anything. See if I could stretch this out just a little bit. So this is her friend. This is Armani's friend.
I missed you at school today, Armani. I missed you at school today, Armani. I love you. I love you and I miss you, Jackie and Armani.
And how was Valentine's Day? Did you like it with them?
Yeah.
It made you feel welcome and special?
Yeah.
What did y'all do on Valentine's Day?
We ate donuts.
Oh, yeah?
And my favorite donuts.
Oh, my goodness. Do you miss Armani?
Yeah.
And we love you, Armani.
I said that.
What'd you say?
I said I love you, Armani and Chucky.
Shit, man. Boy, if that didn't do something to your heart, man, as a parent. Next video, I'm going to show you guys 2 videos. And I need to put the warning up again because we're going to go through this together. Warning for those watching. Do not flag the video. The following video contains material that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. So you're not going to actually hear the audio, but we're going to go through some of the visuals. Okay? This is a panned video of the car after the fact that somebody came here and recorded. That's the car. That's him when he ran back towards the car wash. He was boxed in and he collapsed. That's the car. So I'm assuming that his baby is inside the car. I don't know if you guys can see that. When he zooms in, you can see the broken windows. So clearly they shot through the car. Notice also that the car is red. And you notice another thing. Get Money Lil Ronnie also has on all red. And if y'all are from the hood or understand the hood element or understand old school Bloods and Crips, then y'all know this is what's called being flamed up from head to toe. He's got on all red from head to toe. I don't know that that makes him a Blood or nothing like that, but there's a lot of red that he has on. Again, we're just looking at this from a perspective of, was this gang related or something else? Yeah, even if they did zoom in on the little girl, I'm damn sure not playing that. So here's what I might do, and I don't know if I'll have to clip this out or not, but we're going to take a look at them chasing him down. Okay? If y'all don't want to see this, exit the video. We got just under 400 people here. I need everybody to confirm that that's what I'm about to show. It's going to be blurry. It's kind of blurred out, so you won't see it very well, and there won't be any audio. But I'm going to kind of walk you through the scenario based on some of the video that was released. So if you can handle it, cool. If you can't, exit the video now. For everybody else, I'm going to put this on the big screen. Full screen. So let me break out my trusty whiteboard real quick. Let me get my colors together. Boom. And that. All right. Now let's see if I can do both of these together. All right. So as you guys can see here, here is where the shooting begins. Right there. Everybody with me so far? Right there. The two men right there. So all the attention needs to be up there. So he's vacuuming the car. They walk up, pull out their guns, aim, and start shooting. I guess if you call it aiming. Boom, 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 boom. Just launching bullets. Shooting at the car. Now they're shooting at him. Still shooting at the car. And I want y'all to notice, let's go back to my whiteboard. He takes off and runs this way. So for people, I've seen people call him a coward for doing this, but I'm going to tell you guys, until you're in this fight or flight, you don't really know what the hell you would do in this situation. Yes, they boxed him in. He panicked and didn't know what to do, so he went that direction, and you would think that he died roughly about where he collapsed over here, but that's not actually what happened. So let me see if I can refresh this. Yeah, there we go. So what he did was he went from here to here. He went off camera where you can't see, and he goes from there, if y'all can see my marker, and he goes over here. And he was stuck. He stops right in here. So what these fools do, obviously when they finally notice where he's at, they go from there to here, box them in. This other little fool comes over here and boxes him in right there. So the person here, from what I can tell, because I don't know for sure, this person is the one who shoots him, probably shot him in the chest or the face or something, I don't know. Shot him, and then that's when he comes back for being shot here. He falls on the ground, and he goes from there. He gets up when they run off, boom, boom, and he comes over here and collapses right there. Everybody catch that? Let's take a look. Here we go. Top left corner. Boom, boom, boom. Shooting at the car, shooting in the car. He runs. That's him. Running for his life. If you look, he takes off and darts left. I'm not sure, just maybe his mind wasn't all there. I'd be running away from the car wash. He ran towards it, towards the fence. He was boxed in. He panicked. The people in the black car closed their door. And as you can see, he ran towards that fence up there. Which is, he ran this way. And you got to watch them. Oh, let me get this off the screen. Hold on. Refresh. Refresh. There we go. So then he's behind the little trash can area right about, I guess maybe he tried to jump the fence. Maybe he couldn't. Yeah, then he darts back towards the trash can. Right here. Uh-oh. Hold on. He's right here. Fool number one. Fool number two. Yeah, I think he planned to jump the fence. He just panicked. Yes. He flat out panicked. It's fight or flight, and he panicked. So here's what happens. Hold on. I'm having trouble getting back to this. So boom. He walks right up on him right there. Fires. And at that point, that's where he's hit. So I'm going to see if I can maybe make this a little bit easier for you guys to see. Left. Because we don't need to see that right now. So let's zoom in here. So at this point, he shot. I don't know if the other guy up at that top also shoots or not, but he at least boxed him in. This is the guy that shot him. This is the moment that he was shot right there. Let's play the video. Now, he falls down. He's on the ground. They both run away. He's hit. He's hurt. He gets up. The other dude runs off. I don't know if he shot him again. But as you can see, and bam, and that's where he collapses right there. So that last portion of it, that right there, is that moment right there. Right here. That's what you're looking at. Everybody follow that? Car. His daughter's in the car, I assume. And that's him. That's after the fact. And that's how Black lives were taken. And apparently that's how much Black lives matter. That is disgusting. It's horrifying. It's the type of thing that gives you nightmares, but we got to speak on this. And we need these type of stories to go viral because we need these type of individuals to be caught. And we need these judges. I don't know what type of judges these are, but how can you have somebody who you know who has shot someone and you give them a chance to work it off? Probation or some stupid ass program, rehabilitation. These type of things cannot be fixed. These type of people cannot be fixed. They just need to be punished. And all they understand is when they get older, they will be able to go to prison and be in prison for life. That's all people like these thugs understand. It's prison and death. It's just, that's all they know. That is their culture. That's all they know. And you cannot rehabilitate that. In my opinion, as much as people love GS Lil Ronnie, Get Money Lil Ronnie, or whatever his name is, I believe that the lifestyle choice that he made to live this way cost him, especially flaunting, being flashy, holding guns, throwing up gang signs, and whatever the hell else he's involved. I don't even know what he says in his music, so I can't even speak on that, and I'm certainly not about to play his music on my channel because it's going to get flagged down because it's probably copyrighted. But there's no telling what he's saying. Is he dissing the ops? Who knows? There's a good chance he probably is. And these are the decisions that continue to keep making the rap industry the most dangerous profession to have. It makes people like these fools jealous, upset that they see somebody being successful and being flashy, and they just want to end and take what it is that they have, even at the behest of their own freedom. They don't give a damn. But we need less people like that in this world. So we hope that we get justice for GS Lil Ronnie and his daughter, Armani Sibley. So to Armani and her dad, RIP to you both. So as a Texas resident, we hope to get justice and pray for justice. If you see something, say something, and don't continue to keep letting violence go unkept in your neighborhoods. Y'all got to start saying something. Stop being afraid of these damn cowards. Start speaking up. It don't make you no snitch. It don't make you no less of an adult of a person or anything like that. That is your God-given right to use your voice and to speak up against this crap, to stop this. Such a beautiful angel. Thank you guys so much. If we have more to talk about on this story, we'll do a part 2. But honestly, that gives me a headache just thinking about it. Just so much bull crap. Let's go to story number 2. And again, if you guys are listening to the sound of my voice, thank y'all for sticking with me. We got just under 400 people here. We're going to go to story number 2 out of 6. We're going to talk about, let me see. Can I get his face up here? Uh-oh. Maybe I can't get it to refresh. Hold on. Let me see. This little boy right here, a missing kid. When in doubt, shout. Y'all better get on that phone. 1-800-TIPS. 911, whatever you need to do. See something? Call it in. Now, this story is relatively short, so I want to thank whoever it was that sent it to me. So here, let me explain this for people who don't understand why I usually don't do a lot of missing children stories. Because usually what happens, so either A, you don't have a lot of information to go off of to even speak on this, which is why it could be a difficult thing to try to talk about these stories and give them some light, because I still believe that they do need the light and they do need the attention and need to be spoken on. And number 2, sometimes they find these children quick enough that by the time you post the story, they might have already found the child. That's generally why. And I don't want people thinking the child is still missing if they found the kid. Right? So hopefully everybody understands that. Oh, you said other YouTubers are covering this? Yes. So again, this was sent to me. So thank you to whoever emailed it to me at the afcmatters@gmail.com, my email address, which is right here at the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to speak on this. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background on this story, and I'll kind of give you my thoughts, okay? Let's see here. So the last 2 people to donate was Natasha and Cherie. So if you're listening, thank you very much. We just have a person. Let me see. Oh, oh, yes, I did just get a donation. Where's Tila at? Tila, thank you very much. Tila is so amazing. Not only does she donate in the channel and Cash App, and also she is a patron on Patreon. So Tila, if you're listening, thank you so much. She's also a patron on Patreon, and she just donated by way of PayPal. So if you're listening, Tila, thank you very much. I did get your donation just now. I want to make sure and shout you out. No, this kid has not been found yet. Correct. You're right. So we're on day 6, going on day 7 of this little boy missing. Y'all ready for this? Just as a little bit of an update, I know a lot of other content creators have covered this story. So we are technically right now, depending on when you're watching this, going from day 6 of this boy missing into day 7. So generally, for a lot of reasons, I normally don't talk about missing children's stories for a number of reasons, but this one I was compelled to. So thank you for those who trusted my voice and my opinion and my platform and asked me to speak on this. So I'm grateful for that. But we're going to talk about this boy who needs some justice. He is missing. Let me give you a disclaimer and then we'll go from there. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I'm pulling this story from NewportNewTimes.com. So if they are listening, thank you for this article. So that little boy, his name is Dane Paulson in Siletz, Oregon, or Siletz, Oregon. I don't know how to really pronounce it. I'm sure somebody will correct me, but this is out of Oregon. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office and partnering agencies are continuing search operations for Dane Paulson. Investigators continue to follow up on informational tips. Below is a comprehensive update on the full operation. So if y'all have never heard of this, I'm going to give y'all a lot of information in a little bit of time. And they also have plans for continuing efforts to try to find him and bring him home. So his disappearance. On Saturday, March the 1st of 2025, so this was actually, like I say, 5 or 6 days ago, depending on when you're watching this. So as of March 1st of 2025, which is the day he went missing at approximately 4:25 p.m., the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office was notified of a missing, of a missing 2-year-old male, Dane Paulson. That's the 2-year-old boy that's missing. Handsome young man right there. At the time of his disappearance, Dane was reported to be playing in the yard of a residence located near Milepost 21 on Sillet's River Highway in Sillet, Oregon. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Dane was wearing a gray fuzzy hoodie with ears, blue and white shoes, and black pants. He has brown hair and green eyes. A gold 1990 station wagon was seen in the area before Dane went missing and was initially listed as a vehicle of interest. Before community tips, the vehicle and driver were located on March the 2nd. After officials thoroughly interviewed and investigated both the driver and car, they were found to be unrelated to Dane's disappearance and are no longer a point of interest in this operation. So that was the only thing that they had at first, which is right there. So they've dismissed that for now. Now, upon notification of Dane's disappearance, members of the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, Sillet Valley Fire, Oregon State Police, Newport Police Department, Lincoln City Police Department, and Lincoln County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue responded to the scene. Investigators interviewed Dane's parents, and emergency personnel immediately began searching the residential property and surrounding areas. I always told you guys, where there's smoke, there's fire. I always believe in searching the parents and investigating them and searching that house, because you just never know. Now, in addition to ground searches, aerial drones with thermal imaging also allowed responders to widen the initial and ongoing search. Now, officials, Sheriff's Office volunteers from Search and Rescue and the mounted posse searched the property and surrounding area. The search included the home and structures, neighboring properties, nearby roads, rough terrain, included forested areas with thick, dense brush, and portions of Sillet River and river banks. It's just a big place. In addition to official agencies and volunteer groups, community volunteers showed up en masse to help search. The Elks Toki Elahi campground hosts took the lead to organize community volunteers to help lead additional efforts from Saturday, March 1st through March the 4th. Now, although official search operations continued during the evening and dark hours, community volunteers were encouraged to pause their search due to safety concerns related to visibility, and navigation made it worse in rough terrain. Let's see. They're giving all of the agencies. Now, ongoing efforts. The terrain in the overall search area included surrounding properties, forested, rough terrain, and Sillet's River and riverbanks. Due to a thorough search and coverage of these areas, search operations will now be focusing on a more concentrated area, highlighting the Sillet River. Emergency responders have had watercraft searching the river since the morning of Sunday the March 2nd, and divers began searching the river on Monday, March the 3rd. With the surrounding land being thoroughly searched as possible, evidence has indicated they need to concentrate further search efforts on the Sillet River. Though the land within the search area, there's a lot of information. Again, you'll have to look this up on newportnewtimes.com. Though the land within the search area has been thoroughly combed, we cannot guarantee the areas are clear. Even with specialized equipment and search canines, it is possible to miss a small child that may be hidden by thick brush or other visual impairments. Although there is no evidence to suggest criminal activity in Dane's disappearance, investigators continue to review tips reported to the tip line. Now, community members and the media can expect updates as significant information becomes available. So that's all they have right now. Yep. Let me say this. Because DJ Just Jay is not so kind, and I think that this is why most people actually come to my channel, because some of y'all in the chat, I see y'all are typing it in there. Some of y'all know how I feel. I'm not so kind to the parents who can't keep their eyes on their kid out playing in the yard and you just left them unsupervised and now your kid is disappearing, and knowing that you hear all of these stories going on, a kid being kidnapped, disappearing, drowning in rivers and stuff like that, and you mean to tell me that y'all weren't going to watch this baby? You left them unsupervised? And on top of that, even with all of these people breaking into our country illegally, not knowing where, who, what, when, and why, yes, I'm going to point the strong, stern finger at the parents and say, what the hell were y'all doing? That's just me, though. That's just me. I think that in itself is a crime. I get it if y'all don't feel that way, but that's just how I feel. Let me give you guys the fair usage.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
If y'all would do me a favor and click that thumbs up and share this video so more people can see it. Let me give a quick shout out and say thank you to, let me make sure I can say the name. Nicole Knowledge Seeker. Where are you at? Are you still in the chat? Nicole Knowledge Seeker. I wanted to say thank you very much. I just got your Cash App and she wanted to show some love. So if you listen to the sound of my voice, you as well as everybody else, thank you. I did get your Cash App. And the other one that just came in from Tila. So shout out to you both. Thank y'all. Let's take a look at these news videos, and y'all just hit that thumbs up. Super easy to do. Here we go.
We will start with this. It's been 5 days since 2-year-old Dane Paulson disappeared from his family's front yard in Siletz, Oregon. And the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office is now focusing on the city as well as the river there. And since Dane was last seen near the river's edge, that's where they're focusing their efforts. Searchers have combed over 682 acres and 341 miles with no sign of Dane. The sheriff's office says the case will remain a priority.
We know this is a difficult time for Dane's family, and we're doing everything we can to bring him home. From the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of Dane's family, thank you for all you have done.
Law enforcement there is suspending the volunteer search as they are emphasizing that they are not giving up on finding Dane. Close to 100 volunteers from around the Pacific Northwest have helped with the volunteer search effort. Again, law enforcement continues their search.
Okay, Michaela, thank you. We are now on day 5 of the search for a 2-year-old who went missing from his home in Siletz in Lincoln County.
Fox News' McKenna Mark spoke with community members about the search efforts today and has the latest updates.
Today is day 5 in the search for missing 2-year-old Dane Paulson. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office announced yesterday that its crews are shifting its focus to the Siletz River, and community members I spoke to today tell me all they can do now is hope. According to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, crews have covered over 682 acres, 341 walking miles.
Somebody in the chat actually just said what I was thinking. You must have read my mind. Y'all must watch me a lot, because we literally are on the same page. You said, I want to see the parents speak. Shout out to you, Maureen. I was literally thinking about that because, you know, you could tell a lot from body language. I would love to see them do a public televised interview with the news station and just say, hey, you know, tell us what you think happened, what was going on, and where do you think your kid could be? What do you think happened? I just want to hear them speak. Now, granted, like I get that maybe they're trying to protect the parents, but no, this ain't about the parents and they MFing feelings. Y'all heard me? This ain't about they MF and feelings. This is about trying to find your small 2-year-old kid. Huh? Y'all hear me? Where art thou, and who should thou have sympathy for? For a grown-ass parents? Or for a 2-year-old kid? Let me give a big shout out. Thank you, Tila. Tila showing some love yet again. Said it's so heartbreaking, sending a $20 super chat. Let me also say much love, big hugs to my brother, my friend, Chris Thorns. Where you been, brother? Good to see you. Said much love, bro. Thank you back. Y'all do me a favor and subscribe to Chris Thorns' show. Chris Thorns, please post your link in the chat. So I don't know how many people we got watching, 300 or 400 or something. I don't know how many are watching right now. Let me see if I can see it. So 352. I don't know where the hell everybody else is. We're missing a lot of folks. But if y'all can get us to 400 thumbs up, y'all going to have to click that thumbs up. I'm going to give away some channel memberships. We're only at 241. We're at 241 right now. So if y'all would, please hit that thumbs up. And Chris, you got a moderator link. Post your link in there so they can go subscribe to your channel, please, brother, if you would. That would be awesome. Get us 400 thumbs up. And I'm going to give away at least 5 free channel memberships. But again, that's how I personally feel. I'm not too worried about the parents' feelings. I'm worried about trying to find this child. And people should not be afraid to hold parents accountable for the bad choices that they're making. You should never let a 2-year-old, that baby ain't 3, 4, or 5. I wouldn't let a 5-year-old, a 7, a 10, 12, 13. I wouldn't let a 13-year-old out of my sight. Huh? My daughter is about to be 18 this year. I just started letting my daughter out of my sight. But guess what? This little trip that me and her got planned, guess who's going with her? This guy. This guy. She's damn near 18 years old, and daddy is still there to watch her, provide, and protect her. Who's going to cry for Dane, the little 2-year-old boy? Not for the parents, for the little boy. Now, let's go.
And 14 river miles. But Wednesday is the first day in the search for missing 2-year-old Dane Paulson. That crews are primarily focused on the Siletz River.
I'm hoping that the family gets their son back.
I spoke to Dennis Dole, who works next door to the Paulson family's restaurant in Depot Bay. The sheriff's office said it's thanks to the local residents that they've been able to cover so much ground so quickly. Dole tells me it's no surprise to see everyone in this small but tight-knit community come together to help.
We may be small here in Depot Bay, but the surrounding towns to Depot Bay, we make a big family as one as a community, and we help them out as much as we can no matter what.
The sheriff's office says that there is no reason to believe that foul play is involved. And while the volunteer search operation has been suspended, deputies urge anyone still searching for Dane on their own to prioritize their own safety and obtain permission to go on private property. Fox 12 spoke to the volunteer coordinator on Tuesday, who said people had been coming from Washington, California, and Idaho to help with the early search efforts.
Actually, it makes me happy to see that not just our community, but the communities from states around are helping out, trying to bring back this little boy.
The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says it's using drones, divers, watercrafts, canines, and more for its search in and along the river. To share information about Dane's appearance, you can access a tip line through our mobile app. In Siletz, McKenna Marks, Fox 12.
Well, Stephanie, the search for Dane Paulson continues this afternoon with members of the community and law enforcement taking part. One thing is for sure, though, members of this small Oregon community have really rallied behind Dane's family. It's now been roughly 4 days since 2-year-old Dane Paulson went missing from the front lawn of his family's home in Siletz. Since then, hundreds of people have taken part in the search efforts in this tight-knit community.
Our hearts just ache for the family, for the community, right? Because every loss in a small community like this is devastating.
Lisa Norton is the Chief Administrative Officer with the Confederate Tribes of Siletz. Norton told us it's been heartwarming to see the outpouring of support in the aftermath of Dane's disappearance.
The call went out and people showed up. I witnessed it myself and was so moved by that many people for such a tragic but important reason.
Norton says most people in the area grow up going to the same schools and taking part in the same activities. Many know each other or are related.
It devastates each of us because there's very few degrees of separation when something like this happens.
The search for Dane is now focused on the Siletz River, with divers and search and rescue crews combing the waters near the family's home. These photos from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office show an up-close look at the dive teams at work. Norton expressed gratitude to everyone who has helped support Dane's family in the last 4 days.
So I'd like personally to thank the volunteers, law enforcement, search and rescue, all of the agencies that have come to help during this really hard time.
And we did just receive that update about 30 or 40 minutes ago from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. And again, just to reiterate, the main search area right now is the Siletz River near Dane's family's home. Stephanie and Tim, back to you.
And it goes on.
Again, my prevalent thought is, how do we get to this point? Y'all see how small this baby is? This should not happen. I know parents aren't perfect, but one thing that you can do, you can put forth a really valiant effort to keep track of your kids. And I just don't feel like that was done here. You left a 2-year-old just out playing unattended in the yard. To me, that just sounds like neglect in itself. But will they get charged for that? Probably not. But nonetheless, keep prayers open. Going on day 7, day 6 of this kid being missing. That's not good. So pray that they can get some resolution here pretty soon, and pray that Dane is still alive. So keep prayers up. We'll do an update whenever we get one, okay? Thank you, guys.